Hi Packer fans, this is Jim Rice from the Packers Century, and I'm here to share with you the history of the Green Bay Packers from beginning right up to the present day, so hang in there with me. More than 100 years of football history, amazing now it seems, that a sharp young man named Curly would live out his hopes and dreams. He entered his team in a small town league where they dominated right out of the gate. After 2 seasons, he found better competition, changed leagues, changed their fate. The new league became the NFL, and the Packers played much better teams. In 1929, they won it all for the first time, undefeated except for one tie. Champs again in 1930 and 1931. In the process, they made lots of headlines. 3 titles in a row for little Green Bay, the only team to do it even today. The winning continued for Herbert, Hinkle, and Hudson as the trio did damage around the league. Herbert's long passes excited the fans. Hudson shocked opponents with his speed. They won it again in 36 and 39, beating the Redskins and Giants. Ted Fritch's big touchdowns in 1944 won a 6th title for Curly. There would be no more. Rock bottom arrived in 1948 and 49 when they won a combined 5 games. When the board got more involved, things got sticky. Curly Lambeau left for the Windy City. In the 1950s, the Packers won very little, but the franchise had lots of cash. After a 3rd stock sale, there was no reason to bail. New City Stadium was built with the stash. But the team never found its footing, losing way more than they ever won. After 3 tries at replacing Curly, they finally hit on the one. They brought in a New Yorker named Lombardi, who preached perfection in order to be great. When he settled on star, they went pretty far, with old Max Big Ray and the Golden Boy. Titletown was born in 1961, as Lombardi took Green Bay to the top. With a call to JFK, Paul Hornung got to play. The Frozen Giants were a big flop. The Packers went undefeated in 1962 until they lost on Thanksgiving Day. They still won the division and went to Yankee Stadium to once again battle old YA. The cold, bitter winds of Gotham felt more like little Green Bay. For the great YA, another terrible day, no touchdowns again in the big fray. In 1965, the Packers won it again, getting completely covered in mud. Hornung, Taylor, Nitschke, and Starr proved that the Browns to be a big dud. The first Super Bowl was Packers and Chiefs, and Lombardi felt the immense pressure. McGee's great catch and Wood's pivotal pick showed Lombardi's Packers could not be licked. In the Frigid Ice Bowl, when Starr took it in, following the blocks of Bowman and Kramer, 3 titles in a row, Lombardi ties Lambeau, then on to the next Super Bowl. After beating the Oakland Raiders, change was the order of the day. Lombardi moved up, Bankston moved over, suddenly winning became very tough. Though they won the division in 1972, they struggled for the next 16. Coaches Starr and Gregg, not so great. In 13 years, neither won more than 8. When Bob Harlan took the reins in 1989, the franchise began to shine. But magic held out, then got hurt. The Packers turned to Brett Favre to make it all work. In winning not seen since Lombardi, Ron Wolf made it Titletown again. Holmgren showed how, Favre made a vow, and Reggie completed the trifecta. Fans were ready for a Super Bowl run, and the '96 team was one for the ages. The league's best offense and its best D put the Packers on the national sports pages. Brett and Reggie were tough to beat. Both were respected leaders. They smacked around the Niners and Panthers before dancing on Bourbon Street. Who will ever forget Favre's first pass to Risen, or Reggie's 3 closing sacks? No one could catch the speedy young Desmond who brought the Lombardi Trophy back. They lost the big one the following year, and Favre never got us back to the big game. But the ride he took us on for 16 seasons was worth every second just the same. Aaron Rodgers was booed for replacing a legend, and it took 2 seasons to get rolling. In 2010, they graced the Super Bowl again, Woodson and Driver, the veteran leaders. When they took on Pittsburgh for the Lombardi, the odds makers favored Green Bay. Rodgers stayed hot with 3 touchdown passes. The Steelers melted away. Getting back since then has been a real challenge. 2011 and 14 come to mind. Mike McCarthy got fired, Matt LaFleur was hired. No doubt the team was more inspired. 13 wins in 3 seasons in a row didn't get the Packers back to the Super Bowl. Rodgers left town, a new era started. The past and future now clearly parted. Jordan Love stepped in and carried the load, almost like a rookie, we've always been told. His play delighted many in a season of ups and downs, but they won at home and were postseason bound. When Favre was followed by Rodgers, the winning never slowed down. Packer fans know how lucky we are to have cheered for Rodgers, Favre, and Starr. This has been Jim Rice at PackersCentury.com. Go Pack Go, big weekend.